Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to properly optimize your PC for better performance. But before we dive in, make sure you've read the disclaimer. It's really important. I also highly recommend that you record or benchmark your FPS and ping in the games you play so you can see the difference after applying these tweaks. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into it.
Aight y'all, first I'm gonna show my PC specs. Just so you know, I'm on a gaming laptop. Go to Discord, click Add a Server, then join a server and type Akagami. Scroll down to the Manu Tweaks channel and download the folder. Also, make sure to stay in the server for future updates and to help us gain members. This really means a lot to me and the owners. Important, staying in the Akagami server is the only way to DM me if you need help or have questions. After that, extract it and copy the folder to your C drive. Now, if your folder looks like this, right-click and select Sort by Name. Then right-click again and choose Properties. Go to the Customize tab and make sure the folder is set to General Items. Check this box, click Apply, then click OK. Now I want y'all to read this README PDF. Make sure you go through the FAQ and troubleshooting section and the legal disclaimer as well. Now let's start with the tweaks. First, drag this Power Run file onto your desktop. Then right-click it, run as administrator, and when it opens, click File and allow the command line. Now head over to the Before Applying Tweaks folder and drag this .bat file onto Power Run. Now enter 1. This is going to create a full system backup before any changes are made, so you can fully revert everything later if you need to. Now enter 2, then 3. Here you'll see the backup folder, which you can just drag straight to your desktop. Now close out of this. Then make sure your display language is set to English. I wrote all the steps for you here. Now let's start with the GPU tweaks. But first, we're going to uninstall it with DDU. Just follow my steps. Once it opens, just click OK on any pop-ups. Make sure you select your dedicated GPU and click Clean and Restart. This basically removes everything about your GPU driver, so when we optimize it later, it's going to be way better. After it's done, your PC will automatically restart. Once it's back on, go to My Tweaks folder and open GPU Tweaks. You'll see 2 sections, one for NVIDIA and one for AMD. Let's start with NVIDIA, since that's the GPU I have. Go into NVIDIA Clean Install, right-click it, and Run as Administrator. Make sure it says Install Best Driver for my hardware, then click Next and Next again. Now wait for the installation to finish. Once it's done, you'll get to the Tweaks section. Just check the same boxes as mine. Click Next, then Install. If you get any pop-ups, just ignore them and let the install finish. Finally, open Task Manager and make sure your GPU shows up. Now go into NVIDIA Profile Inspector and drag the Manu Optimized settings into it. Then open NVIDIA Control Panel. As you can see, all the settings are already optimized. Head over to PhysX Configuration and select your GPU. Then go to Adjust Image Settings. Check Use the Advanced 3D Image Settings, hit Apply, and close out of this. Here I have some NVIDIA Control Panel display settings for your monitor that I'd recommend using. And now for the AMD tweaks. Sorry I can't show the settings directly, but there are PDF files here that you can read and follow to apply everything. Now open MSI Utility V3 as administrator. Inside here, make sure that for your GPU and your Ethernet or Wi-Fi adapter, the MSI box is checked and the interrupt priority is set to undefined. Hit apply and close out of this. Now, into the CPU tweaks. Just follow my steps. This is very easy to do. Also remember, every .bat and .reg file is documented, and you can right-click them and inspect the code if you want. For the power plan, select the desktop one if you're on a desktop PC, or the laptop power plan if you're on a laptop. Then go to Choose a Power Plan and make sure it's selected. Windows 11 optimization tweaks. First of all, we're going to install DirectX and visuals. Just click Download, extract the file, click Sort, then select Type. Right-click DX Setup and Run as administrator. Check I accept the agreement, then click Next. For the Visual C++, drag this .bat file into PowerRun. You might get some pop-ups since it's installing components. Just ignore them and don't cancel anything. For this step, I'd recommend waiting until the installation fully finishes. Registry optimization. Open performance.reg. Then go to Task Manager, check your hard drive, and see if it's an SSD or HDD. Open the corresponding .reg file for your drive type. For Windows settings, open this and make sure you select the same settings as mine, then hit Apply and OK. Now open Windows settings and head over to Personalization Arrow Colors, uncheck Transparency Effects and switch to Dark Mode. Go to Accessibility, then Visual Effects, and turn these three off. Head over to System, then Display, then Advanced Display Settings, and make sure your refresh rate is set to the max. Now go into the Gaming section. Quick note about HAGS and Game Mode. I tested Fortnite with HAGS and Game Mode both on and off, using the same settings and same scenario every time. On my system, HAGS on plus Game Mode, on gave me the best average FPS, better 1% lows, and lower input latency. But this isn't universal. If you've got a modern GPU and a stable system, try on plus on and benchmark it yourself. If you see stutters or instability, turn HAGS off first and test again. The best setting is the one with the smoothest frame times, not the highest FPS. So as said, enable Game Mode and hardware-accelerated GPU scheduling. Down here, add the games or apps you use and make sure they're set to your dedicated GPU. Now here we have an Xbox tool.bat file. Drag it into PowerRun. This lets you remove or restore Xbox Game Bar, Game DVR, and related services. Make sure you read the warnings first, pick the option you want, and let it do its thing. By the way, ignore these pop-ups. They're from the Visual C++ installation. Mouse and keyboard tweaks. First, open this .reg file, then drag these two .bat files into PowerRun. Also, make sure you read the 4th and 5th PDF files. Startup apps. Open auto runs as administrator, go to Logon, and uncheck things like Discord, Epic Games, and your browser. Don't touch anything that says CMD or N/A. Close out of this and open the shortcut file. Here it's basically the same thing. Uncheck everything except what you actually need, like in my case, audio services and timer resolution. Memory folder, open RAM tweaks as administrator, enter 1, wait for it to finish, then close it. Now drag this file into PowerRun, then hit enter. Timer resolution first. Open the timer resolution test tool as administrator. You should see something like 15 milliseconds for sleep and delta. After setting up timer resolution, your results should look like the ones on my screen. Now open this .reg file and follow my steps. Now I'm going to show you the benchmarks with timer resolution off and on. You can see I got a 13.9% increase on my 0.1% lows and a 3% increase on my 1% lows. This shows that timer resolution on is not equal to higher FPS. Timer resolution on is equal to better frame pacing. The real difference is in lows and frame times, not average FPS. Disable overlays and useless features. Here I have a PDF explaining all the steps and what to do, but one thing I recommend for everyone is Discord settings. Go to Discord, then Settings, search Advanced. I personally leave hardware acceleration on, but if you're on a weaker PC, you can try turning it off. Search Clips and disable both options there. Then search Debug and turn off debug logging. And to finish, disable the game overlay. Disable services. Make sure you read the README PDF first before running any of this. You can also right-click the PowerShell script and check exactly which services it disables. Since I don't use any of these, I'm going to disable them by dragging these two files into PowerRun. And remember, you can revert everything. If you see a folder called Revert, just drag that script into PowerRun and it'll restore the default settings. Debloat. Open Device Cleanup as administrator, click Select, then select All, and remove Selected. For Windows 11 Debloat, if you want, you can read on their page exactly what each option does, but you can also just follow my steps. This is safe. First, copy this script and run it with PowerShell as administrator. Here, select Option 2 and again Option 2. When it asks you multiple Y/N questions, just follow what I'm doing. Once that's finished, rerun the script. Select Option 3, choose Installed Apps Only, and delete the apps you don't use. Just make sure you don't delete things like Microsoft Store or apps you don't recognize. If you're unsure, just ignore them. Reopen the Tweaks folder. And open WPD as administrator. Here, click Block and Disable. Here we are basically disabling Windows telemetry, data collection, and other background tracking features. CTT utility. Open this shortcut file, then copy the script and paste it into PowerShell as administrator. Open this screenshot and copy the same settings you see there, like I'm doing. Before running the tweaks, first open O&O Shutup 10. Click Actions and select Recommended and Somewhat Recommended Settings. You can see all the settings it changes. If you need something, for example, your microphone, just go there and re-enable it. Go to Copilot and make sure these three options are disabled, then exit and click Close. Now you can run the tweaks and wait for them to finish. Now reopen the Tweaks folder. Drag this file into PowerRun. Here you can safely select what you want to remove. Just don't check the Internet cache option. I shouldn't have added it. Click Run Selected Tasks, and once it's done, it'll show you how much useless space it deleted. BIOS tweaks. Guys, for this one, if you're on a non-gaming laptop or a low-end PC, skip it. You probably won't have the settings I recommend, and you could easily break your PC. As mentioned, open the TXT file, read it carefully, and follow the steps. Once done, extract the SCEWIN main folder. Right-click on Export and run it as administrator. This will export all your BIOS settings into a TXT file. This is where we will modify your BIOS settings. Important: do not make mistakes or type random things because you could break your PC. Be very careful. Open the exported BIOS settings file and the PDF file that contains the BIOS settings. For each setting, copy the setting name. In the TXT file, press Ctrl F, paste the name, and it will locate it. Move the star symbol to the desired option listed in the PDF file. Repeat this for all settings in the PDF. If some settings are not present on your PC, just skip them. Not every system has the same options. Once you are done, click File, then Save. Go back to the folder, right-click the import file, and open it as administrator. Your changes will be applied without entering the BIOS. If you want, you can also enter the BIOS afterward to verify that all changes match. After that, you must restart your PC so we can proceed with the network tweaks. First of all, create another restore point for safety. Click Configure, then turn on System Protection, set the space to around 10 to 15 gigabytes, hit OK, and then create a restore point. Name it something like Before Network Tweaks. First of all, go into Network Tweaks, and then open the buffer bloat test. Run a test to see how your network handles heavy traffic. This is kind of like your ping in a game. As you can see here, I got an F score, but no problem. We can fix it with one command. In your browser, search for CMD Auto-Tuning Disabled, then copy that command. Open CMD as administrator and paste it. Now reopen the buffer bloat test. You will see that my upload latency went from 779 milliseconds to 142 milliseconds, which is about 6 times better than default. Two things to note: disabling CMD auto-tuning could slightly slow down your download speeds, but that's not a big deal since we are focusing on better latency. Your results may vary depending on your PC, network, and router. Some people will see a big improvement like mine, but even if your numbers don't change as much, this tweak can still help reduce latency and improve stability. Now let's install your network driver. In this folder, you'll see 2 sections, Wi-Fi and Ethernet. Choose the one you use and read the guide carefully before installing the driver. Since I'm using a Realtek Ethernet adapter, I'll quickly show you how to download and install it. First, open Device Manager. Expand Network Adapters. Right-click your Ethernet adapter. My current driver is 5 years old. Click Details, right-click the adapter name, and copy it. Open your browser, paste the name, and open the first link. Scroll down to the Windows section and download the latest driver that does not support power saving. Wait about 1 minute, then extract the folder. Right-click this file and open it as administrator. Click Next and let the installation finish. Now on to Ethernet and Wi-Fi settings. Open this file. Right-click your network adapter. Uncheck everything except QoS and IPv4. Click Configure. Go to Power Management and disable it. Click Advanced. Open the PDF for the adapter you're using, Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Copy the settings from the PDF. You can use Control plus F to quickly find each setting. If you don't have a specific setting, just skip it. Once you're done, click OK. Your Ethernet will restart automatically. DNS. Here's a very easy guide. Open Command Prompt as administrator and paste the first globally recommended DNS pair shown on screen. Then paste the second pair. If your results are high, use an online DNS benchmark to find the fastest servers for your location and apply those instead. As you can see here, for me the best average result was Google Public DNS. To apply it, open this file, right-click your network adapter, click Properties, select IPv4, click Properties, enable use the following DNS server addresses, enter the 2 numbers, then click OK and close. Network Security. Drag this file into Power Run. Click Apply Settings. This makes your network safer by turning off risky stuff. Network Tweaker. Only do this if you are on Ethernet. If you're on Wi-Fi, skip this step. Drag this file onto Power Run. If you can't see the settings below, change your screen scale to 100%. Then click here and select your Ethernet adapter. Now I have a PDF with the optimized settings and explanations. But for easier readability, just open this screenshot and copy the same exact settings. Once you're done, click Apply All and then click Restart Adapter. After that, restart your PC. Now we're going to redo the buffer bloat test and check the improvements. As you can see, we went from an F to a B. Also, don't forget, if you want to check all benchmarks, they're on my Discord server in the description. I hope this video helped you out. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. I'd also love an honest review of these tweaks in the comments below. Important. Don't run any other online tweaks, but if you do, always create a restore point first. If you need any help or want to support me with a gift as a thanks, you can DM me on Discord, lmanu472, and remember, you must be in the Akagami server to talk to me. Have a good one.